Seems like a good day to go fishing. Just sit right here, throw a string, and relax. Kind of feeling tired, actually. Whoa! What is that? Ah! 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 What's cooking, everyone? My name's the Chef's Life and welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase, where today we're taking a look at the Upgrade Aquatic mod, a mod that acts as a concept for a part 2 to the 1.13's Aquatic update, which this mod intends to do by adding a variety of new plants, coral blocks, building blocks, and of course some new water-based mobs. Alright, so one of the first things we're going to take a look at isn't exactly an aquatic feature, but it is kind of cool. So it's the bedroll item, which you can plop down and sleep in. You cannot set your spawn point to these, unlike how you can do with the beds, but it just allows you to sleep to skip kind of past the day. If you want to save your spawn point towards your bed or wherever your main base is at, but you want us to be able to sleep, this acts as a nice way of doing that, being able to break it or not break it and just kind of have it as a little place. And it kind of looks cool as like a little carpet mat, kind of, or have sleepovers at your friends' bases or something. That's pretty cool. And over here we got some plant related stuff, which we'll take a look at. So here we have the beach grass item, then we have the tall beach grass variant, and then with that you can make a beach grass thatch block, which you can kind of create into this cool looking decorative piece, which has like the thatch coming off of the block, so it kind of makes it bigger than the block. And I think that's pretty cool. We don't really have anything like that in the game. And this is how you craft it, using the regular beach grass. And then over here we have all the stuff related to the Pickerweed plant. So then this is what it looks like. And it does have like this little slowing effect, kind of like a spider web, but a bit quicker. And then the block itself also has like this effect as well. And it kind of sinks, kind of like mud or soul sand. And over here, the boiled variant does the same, but it doesn't give you the slow effect. And over here is how you craft the blocks, such as the boiled pickerweed and then the regular variant. The boiled variant you can eat and provide some nutrition. Over on this side, we have the new flowering rush plant, which doesn't do much other than just give you 2 pieces of dye, but it's kind of unique where you can place it in like half air, half water spacing, but you can't do it in full water or you can't do it in full air. It has to be like this. It has this cool waving animation. Over here we have 2 new flowers, which are called white and pink sea rocket. Nothing much to it. It's just basically a new flower that of course gives you white dye or pink dye and white dye. And one of the final things we'll take a look at before we go into the Upgrade Aquatic Emporium is both the glass door, which is crafted with 6 glass blocks, and then the glass trapdoor, which is crafted with 4 glass blocks, which acts as a nice way of being able to have more creative opportunities and be able to make like kind of glass box builds just for no reason. You know, it's kind of cool. I'll show you an example on the inside. And so yeah, that's all of the features. We'll take a look at this new river sapling, which does have its own wood set. And yeah, let's go inside. All right. This is looking pretty nice. So we'll show off all the new ingredients, all the new corals, and all the blocks. Over here is what I was talking about with the new sort of glass doors and trapdoors where you can have like this aquarium look. And I kind of made it look better with the thatch stuff. And so yeah, you can even do something like this where you can just go inside. And so yeah, that's nice. All right, so over here we have all the new coral related stuff. So over here we have the new corals, which we have like in more color variants and then some shading variants and then 2 kind of interesting variants. This is chrome and then that one's prismarine. And so yeah, that's cool. Over here we have the fan variants, which, you know, more decorative opportunities. And then over here we have the block variants, which look nice. They all have their own kind of textures and, you know, some of them are kind of gross looking like this one. And then some of them are pretty cool. Like this is kind of like kind of looks like a knockoff prismarine almost. This kind of looks like a knockoff coal block. And that one kind of looks like a carrot, actually. Like a bundle of carrots. So yeah, that's nice. And then over here, we'll talk to this gentleman in a bit. Over here, we have the new kelp block, which kind of just a variant of the dried kelp block. But instead of having to cook into the dry variant, you have the regular variant. So just, you know, more storage management, basically. So you may have noticed these new lanterns right here called the tooth lanterns, and those look pretty nice as a nice alternative to the other lantern variants. And so over here to craft them, you need a new tooth item, which I'll explain how you get later on, and then the prismarine crystal item, which just pretty simple recipe, just gives you the tooth lantern. Over here, we're going to get to something more interesting, which is the new prismarine rod, which kind of like an alternative look of the blaze rod. Kind of looks more like a stick. It's way thinner, but yeah, to craft them, you need the prismarine shards from the guardians or elder guardians, and then you craft the prismarine rod, which does have a use, which is how you can craft the trident. The trident, which was introduced in the 1.13 update, doesn't have a recipe to craft it, but you know, some people felt that it should, and so you need the prismarine rod, which does make sense when you get from the new tooth item, which again I'll explain where you get later on. Over here we have a new music disc, but it's kind of taking a note out of the 1.19 update, which did add a disc fragment item to get a new music disc, but for this mod it does the same thing. So you get 9 of these disc fragments, and then you're able to craft a disc item, and this song is called Atlantis by Hatsun Dogs. So yeah, we'll just take a 10-second listen to this. Yeah, that's a pretty nice tune. Does kind of have a aquatic feel, Minecrafty feel to it. Yeah, that's nice. All right, so over here we have the Malberry farmer, which he nicely displayed some kind of crafting displays here, since I guess kind of ran out of space to display it. So we have the Malberry, which is a nice new food item, which you can get from the new tree, which I'll show later on. And so you need a glass bottle, mulberry, sugar, and you get the mulberry jam. And then using 4 of those, you can get the mulberry jam block, which I'll show kind of acts as a slime block. Yeah, you're able to go through it, kind of like a more intense version of the honey block, I'm guessing. And yeah, it's really hard to jump. Yeah, you know, I think could have some nice redstone implications, because I know when honey was introduced, it did kind of have a big use with the redstone community, and so maybe something like that would be nice as well. Over here we have more food items. So we have the mulberry bread, which you just need a mulberry jam bottle and a bread item, and you get the mulberry bread. Over here we have the mulberry pie, which is kind of the same recipe as the pumpkin pie, but instead of a pumpkin, use mulberry. So yeah, nice variety. Pretty good. Thank you, Mulberry Farmer. And so over here, we have a small set of stuff to go over. So we have the new embedded ammonite block, which I think you find in the warm ocean variants. And you smelt them and you get the Nautilus shell. So yeah, this kind of like a paleontology kind of thing where you sort of find these, you know, fossils and you kind of smelt it into the Nautilus shell. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. Reminds me of the archaeology stuff, which of course we do have something new of, which is the new predator pottery sherd. And so in this chest, we'll just grab all this stuff, craft the new decorated pot. So yeah, that's pretty cool. This kind of teases one of the mobs we'll go over in a bit. And so yeah, that's really nice. All right, so out here we'll try to skim through all of this because it is quite a bit, but it's all just block related stuff. So first up, we have the new Skew Blocks, which look pretty nice. So we have the Skew Shinglings, the regular Skew Block, and then the Skew Pavement Block. All have their own variants except for the Skew Block, which, you know, you use to kind of create this block, and then this block creates that block. So it's kind of nice. Just gives you more decorative texturing, color variety with your builds. And yeah, over here is how you craft just the regular turtle Skew Block. Kind of just looks like a shell. So, you know, pretty nice design. Over here, we have the new Driftwood set, which doesn't have a tree or any sort of form to get it, except finding these driftwood pieces out in the water, which you find just kind of like all over the ocean. And so that's kind of an interesting way of adding a new wood type. I'm not sure if I'd go for it as like a vanilla feature, but you know, pretty cool. Kind of some exclusivity, making this kind of a rarer wood. And so yeah, we have the log variants, we have the planks, we have the extras like the door, trapdoor, buttons, pressure plate, and of course we also have the boat and the boat chest variant. And over here we have the Riverwood set, which of course same thing but different textures. I like the door, the trapdoor, kind of a bit more oceany base vibe. Then we have the boat chest variants, the logs, the planks, the hanging signs. This one's from supplementaries. I forgot to mention, you know, I have the supplementaries mod on here. And then this is the new tree. It's not a big tree, but it's really nice. You could kind of find it all over areas near water. Not sure if it has its own biome variant. I don't think so. I tried looking for it. So that's the mulberries as well. You can see growing under the leaves. So kind of similar to the mangrove trees. So yeah, that's nice. Over here, we're getting to more spicy things, which are the tooth blocks. So we have the chiseled variant, the regular variant, the brick variant, the tile variant or something variant. And over here we have the door and the trap door, which does do something a little different, which when you open these, they close by themselves. So yeah, we don't have anything like that. Over here is how you craft the two different block variants because they do function a little differently. So here's just the regular block and then here's the bricks. So it's cheaper to make the bricks and less cheaper to get the blocks. So the blocks right here are a bit more special. And yeah, over here we have more prismarine blocks. So this is the prismarine rod bundle. This has pillar look, so that's nice to see. And we have the luminous, what are they called? Yeah, luminous prismarine and stairs and slab variant. So to craft the blocks, you need a new but not so new glow ink sac from the 1.17 update, which added the glow squid, which of course everyone's not a big fan of, but it does give it more use. And then you also need the prismarine shards to craft the luminous prismarine, and then to make the prismarine rod bundle you just need a bunch of prismarine rods. And so yeah, over here we have the coral stone blocks, and from what I kind of figured out is that you can't really obtain these blocks that I'm aware of. I don't know how. And there's also a buttload of these coral stone blocks but in different color variants, so I'll just show you that. They're like all these colors. This one's kind of nice, the prismarine coral stone one and dead coral stone. So yeah, they're nice, but I think it's a bit too many blocks for me, in my opinion. I think we have a nice array of blocks already. And so I just displayed these out, the regular ones. And then this has a nice chiseled design with the trident. And yeah, that's the coral stone. And then over here is our final set of blocks. We have the Kelpy blocks. So we have the cobblestone variant and the stone variant. And they come in like this mossy, textury look, but a bit brighter because of the kelp. And so, yeah, you know, nice variety. I think these would play nice for underwater ruins and structures. But I mean, in my opinion, I don't think these are really needed for the game. I think just the mossy stuff works nicely. All right, so on this side, our lovely fisherman over here managed to gather up all of the new fish mobs that were added and some of the new items. So you can bucket all of these, and then to extension, now you can bucket squid and the glow squids. And so first, we're going to take a look at the pike. All right, so over here, we'll spawn in the pike. And so sometimes you'll find pikes kind of holding random items and popping them out. And then they'll go out also hunting some of the other fish, just like the salmon, which will grab it and eat it up and even gather its corpse and start to eat it. And so, yeah, these are a very aggressive. Yeah. Oh, and they dropped the bone meal for the fish. Yeah, so these are very interesting. They're basically a neutral mob because when you do hit them, which I'll show right now, when you do hit them, so I can actually hit them. Oh, they'll actually attack you. Well, when they're not eating. So yeah, they'll actually attack you if you actually hit them. So that's pretty interesting. All right, so that was the pike, and the pike does spawn in all biomes, as I am aware of. And you can get a cooked variant and yeah, eat it. Then we have the perch, which does spawn in the swamp biomes. I'm not sure if the new mangrove swamps they'll spawn there, but I do know that they will spawn in regular swamps. So this is what they look like. It's kind of like this very passive mob. So this one is passive, not like the pike where it'll attack you if you hit it or anything. This is kind of just a normal fish, but this is more... What was that? Okay. Yeah, this is more of a new natural spawning fish. So like how there's tropical fish in the warm biomes, how there's salmon in the lakes and stuff. So yeah, it's the swamp's own very own fish. But you can get a cooked variant off of them. So this last new fish is actually pretty interesting, which is the lionfish. And so you find lionfish in warm biomes, kind of like tropical fish, and they're kind of like pufferfish, except they're more dangerous, as anytime you go around it, it'll give you this poison effect. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's get in the water. Let's get on survival. And there, oh, yep, there you go. And they'll even go after you, actually. Never mind. They're a pretty aggressive fish. Yeah, so you don't want to be next to these guys. Maybe it was aggressive because I hit it. Maybe it's supposed to be neutral. I don't know. But yeah. It's a pretty cool fish. And so over here we have the Nautilus squid, or the Nautilus. I think it's just called the Nautilus. And so yeah, you can get it in a bucket, and then when you kill it, you do get the Nautilus shell, which is a vanilla feature. You use it for conduits. And I did some research. Apparently the Nautilus shell is what you use to craft the coral stone blocks, but I haven't been able to figure that out. I think it might have been an older version that did that. And so yeah, the coral block is actually pretty cool from what I saw, because apparently you put the block next to a coral block and it does kind of convert that color into the color of the coral. But we're not going to be able to showcase that because it doesn't exist on this version of the mod, at least the crafting recipe that it is. So yeah, that's exclusively behind creative. Here's what the Nautilus looks like. It's a pretty simplistic looking. It kind of has squid features, because I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a squid, but you know, a prehistoric one that does still exist today. It doesn't do much, pretty passive. I think if it were to be neutral, maybe it'd like headbutt you or something, but yeah. And so yeah, that's just the Nautilus. Nothing much to it. You do find it in the lower parts of the ocean, so kind of in the ravines of the oceans. And so yeah, and then again we have the squid bucket and the glow squid bucket. And over here I have a setup for some new potions, which I've displayed. So we have 4 new potion effects with the mod. And so the first one is the restfulness potion. So in order to brew it, you need a cocoa bean and some awkward potions, then you get the restful potion. And so drinking this doesn't necessarily give you a long lasting effect. What it does do is that it decreases the day timer that you have for phantoms to spawn. So typically it's 3 days, so it'll just decrease it by a day. And I think the second level does it by a day as well. And so the next one is the insomnia potion. So basically, as you would expect, it does the opposite of the restfulness potion. So when you drink it, you actually get phantoms to spawn. And so this is kind of a nice way to be able to control how phantoms would spawn for yourself. I think having to drink it would be a bit tedious, but it does kind of make sense. And I think having phantoms in the vanilla game, because I know a lot of people don't like them, I think they sort of fit what they're meant to do, as like, you know, you don't sleep and you should sleep. I think this is a nice way to sort of balance that out, and in my opinion should be a vanilla feature. And so yeah, when you drink it, of course, it doesn't give you any effects, it just kind of exists. And so the next 2 actually do give you effects, and the first one, it actually requires the lionfish. And so you need lionfish, an awkward potion, you brew it into the repellence potion. And what this does is kind of an interesting effect. It's kind of what the lionfish does do. So when you go in like an area with mobs, oh, all right, 2 of them escaped. So I'm kind of torturing these pigs for my little experiment here. And so yeah, you just kind of wander around them and they just eventually get poisoned, and they won't die all the way. They'll just basically be at 1 health, but that kind of makes it a nice little, being able to one-shot them with a punch. Kind of brutal, but you know, that's how it is. And so with these last 2 pigs, I'll showcase the last potion. So basically this last potion is the potion of vibing. Interesting name, but basically you drink it, and as you can see, well, actually first I need to get rid of the other effect. So drinking the vibing potion, you go next to the pig and it actually gives them regen once it works. Okay, that one's not working. How about you? Interesting. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I guess you had to kind of go away. What about you? Are you healing? Oh, yeah, just a little. So yeah, that's what those 4 potions do. They do have levels, splash potion, lingering potions, and they're very nice effects, and they do kind of fit the game for like some sort of, you know, aspect. This is kind of just like poison kind of, and then this is kind of healing, but in an interesting way, and I like it. All right, so this last part of the showcase is going to be a bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take on this little tower that I constructed earlier on. It's called the Trident Trial. So basically, oh, okay, so there we go. I have mining fatigue and I can't build, and I'm slow at hitting. So yeah, so what's going to happen is I'm going to fight these mobs that I have displayed, and actually 2 new mobs from the mod, and they are called the Thrasher and the Great Thrasher. And so yeah, let's get right into it. So right here, Trident Trial, go inside. Just got it. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's not gonna go out well for the first run. Oh, all right. Maybe I should get out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that was a bad run. All right. So this time I got some enchantments on my armor, and then that potion of healing, and then 3 milk buckets. All right. Let's try this again. Okay, that was a good hit. I'm not gonna do that well. It's really hard to hit them. I can't tell if they're pushing me back, or it's just I'm, for some reason, moving back. Health potion. Okay. There's the mining fatigue. I think it slows down every time I hit. I can't tell. Oh, but I gotta go. Just gotta wait it out. right, let's do this. I should have probably gotten more health potions. Gotta kind of come out every time I gotta heal. All right, I gotta kind of come up here and wait it out. I'll take a milk bucket once I kill one of them. Go. You're almost down. There we go. There's one. Did I get the new item? I forgot to say the Elder Guardians are going to drop a new item that comes with the mod. Here we go. Almost down. Almost down. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm almost down myself. All right, yeah, we did get one. We got two, actually. There we go. All right, so one of the new items is the Guardian Eye, or Elder Eye, actually. And so we just go up here, and I had those spawners displayed, but I guess they're not going to work. So we're just going to go this way first. I got some enchantment bottles for something I had set up. Over here we got some enchantment books, which I'll collect right now. All right, so what this new item does, the Elder Eye, is kind of a nice boss drop type of item. And it's pretty cool how it works. So you basically just place that down, and when you walk in front of it, it does display a redstone signal. And so I had it set up so that when you walk in front of it, the little staircase is going to come out. Just heal up real quick, just so I could get to the top, because as you can hear, up there is the new Thrasher mob. So we'll just do that. Go, we go up. Oh, I missed. So yeah, it acts as like a nice little puzzly-ish, maybe like a little trial kind of function. You can just kind of look at the thing and then try to do what you intended it to do. There we go. Oh, there we go. So here we have the new Thrasher mob. It's kind of like this shark fish monster thing. So obviously you don't want to go in it, or else you'll die, and so we'll just need to try and get them to come to us. So one of the scary things that they can do is actually, like, they'll grab you and they'll start, like, basically chomping on you until you die. So here we go. Come on. Oh yeah, they're pretty quick. There we go. Killed one. They have 50 health, so yeah, that's pretty a lot. So you really need, like, good gear to be able to take them on. There we go. There we go. Another one down. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. It's your funeral, buddy. There we go. All right. Let's take a look at what we have and just kind of ourselves. Got the tide trim. Should have used that. Oh, well, I got it. So over here, we have the Thrasher Tooth. So that's pretty nice. All right, so yeah, the Thrasher mob is what drops the new tooth item, which is called the Thrasher Tooth specifically. This is the item that you need to use to craft the tridents, the new tooth lanterns, the tooth blocks. Kind of a nice reward for you to, you know, display your combat skills with, like, these new blocks. So that's pretty cool. And we have just the right amount of prismarine, so we'll go over here, craft prismarine rods, use the tooth. And so yeah, that feels nice. That feels, you know, pretty vanilla-ish. And so yeah, we get the trident, which of course is already in the game without a crafting recipe. And so the last thing we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna take on the Great Thrasher. And so yeah, we're gonna plop this guy down. Just a little spoiler, it doesn't drop anything unique as of right now. Maybe it will in a future update, but it doesn't seem like there's anything planned for it. So yeah, here we go. 3, 2. Yeah, it's a monster. Doesn't seem too aggressive. And the other Thrashers actually didn't do the thing I wanted it to, which does like this kind of echolocation attack. So let's see if it'll do that. Doesn't seem to notice me. Oh, okay. Ow. All right. Yeah, I needed to get off me now. And I forgot to put my enchantments. That's what those enchantments were. At the bottom. Oh. Ow. 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 All right, I need to go back down. Need to go to the anvil, apply these enchantments. So we have the impaling, and we have the, oh no, that's sharpness, I don't need that. Yeah, so we have impaling, which does more damage to mobs in the water. So we'll just try and back here. There we go. Oh, that was actually pretty quick. All right. Oh, it already caught me. Come on. Come on. Ow. There we go. That was pretty cool. That was, yeah, I like that. Honestly, this structure I made was just kind of out of the blue. But, you know, if the devs are watching this video, you know, you can kind of take this idea maybe for like a new underwater structure using the new blocks. And so, yeah, that's all the mod is going to have to offer. If you guys really liked it, it'll be in the description down below. It's personally going to be one of my favorite mods. Just kind of maybe having some survival worlds that I might have to play later on. And so yeah, if you guys really liked the video, consider leaving a like, subscribe to keep up to date with my content, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.